Hey there, it's Valerie Knowles from Knowles Produce on this very, very cold winter day. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something more abstract than I usually talk to you about. Goal setting and planning. So it's just after the new year. We're all thinking about different New Year's resolutions, what you want to work on in your life, in your home, in your work for the upcoming year. And something that I'm going to encourage you to think about is think about your outdoor spaces. I know that's a big thing to ask when it's so cold out, but think about your outdoor spaces, what you remember of how much you used them this past summer, this fall, this spring, what you might like to change. Even though the weather's not great to be outside actually doing the work, it is a perfectly fine time to plan what you'd like to do. A lot of garden centers and nurseries will be slower this time of year, and you have a great opportunity to go in and talk one-on-one with a salesperson and talk about your space, talk about what you want it to feel like. Now, you might not know exactly what to do, and that's okay. That's what your garden center professional is for. But you might think about, I'd like to put in a vegetable garden, and I tried it last year and I put in a few things, but it didn't go very well. Well, why didn't it go very well? Maybe it's because you put it in a space that doesn't get enough sun. Maybe it needs to be in a different place. Maybe it's too far away from your hose bib. Maybe you just need to buy an extra piece of hose so your hose will stretch to where it needs to go. Maybe it's because the plants you chose weren't very drought tolerant and you learned that you are not all that great about watering. All of these things are fixable. All you need to do is to have the head space and a helping hand to kind of help think through the process with you and solve some of these problems. So I encourage you to think back to this past year. Think about the feelings that you felt when you were in your yard. Was it a place of serenity, tranquility? Was it a place of fun? Do you have a really great hill to roll down with your kids? Do you have a corner where you always put tomato plants and they bear and bear and bear tomato plants and you have so much fun going out and picking them? Think about those kinds of feelings. And we can work backwards from that to kind of reverse engineer what we need to do in your yard to get more of those good feelings for you. Everybody can achieve it. It's all based, we just kind of work backwards from how much time you have to commit to working in the yard, what your sun is like, what your water situation is like, how much you're in town, how much you're out of town. All of those things kind of go into play. But with any good garden center professional, we can take all of these variables and help you work towards a plan on what you need to do once the weather breaks to work towards getting more of those feelings that you want to feel. More of that tranquility, more of that relaxation, more of that fun, more of that accomplishment. All of that can be done. And even though it's so darn cold right now, it is a perfectly good time to think about that and budget for it. If you start planning now, then you can put away a little, maybe think about what your savings goals need to be so that when the time comes for the project to be in the works, you've got the funds there kind of earmarked and ready to go. It's a great time to think about those kinds of scenarios. So I encourage you, think back to this past year, think about your outdoor experiences at home, what you really enjoyed and what you would like more of, and then talk to somebody. Talk to that neighbor that is always in their yard. Talk to your mom, talk to your dad, talk to your husband, your wife. Come talk to us at Knowles. And think about what you want to feel. And then work with somebody to work backwards to see what needs to happen. What are the steps that need to take place so that you can achieve more of that? I appreciate your time. Thank you. And hey, don't forget, we're open all winter. We're open 10 to 6 every day, 10 to 7 on Fridays. And we're here. So come by and see us, ask those questions. We've got produce, we've got milk and eggs, we've got lots of firewood. So any of that stuff that you need, we're here for you, and we are happy to help. Thanks for your time. Happy New Year and happy spring planning.